All right, the White House won't say if anti-Israel protesters will be barred from student loan forgiveness programs, as President Biden is seemingly trying to play both sides. Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade is here. Brian, I don't even know if he's trying to play both sides on this. I think all he's trying to do is not let anything get in the way of the program, which is more money for these students, whether it's directly to colleges or whether it's student loan forgiveness. But I think the students are reading, there are no consequences, so don't stop. I guess we'll find out in 5 minutes if that's true.
If you're a middle-class household, there's no way you're not taking out a loan. And if you're working class, you have a chance at academic and financial need. But if you're a middle-class household, most everybody's got 101 average to get in there, and you're perfect SATs unless you have a legacy situation. So there are definitely some people, most of these people qualify for loans that they now find out that in most cases they're not going to have to pay back. To me, this is so emblematic of what the president does. He never speaks about anything. You get written words. He's on both sides of both issues. You would think if this was something like a black officer, a white officer kills a black pedestrian, this guy would have 4 press conferences.
Right. Yeah.
But he doesn't see any benefit from coming out and saying what Congressman Lawler did. It was just on the screen. This has got to stop. This is not the way we do it. This is not America. This is anti-Semitism has no place here. He puts it in writing or someone types it up for him. But he hasn't taken the leadership on this. Where is Senator Schumer on this?
Right.
He should come out and say that, you know, if there's an energy drink that's giving kids too much of a high, he wants to have an emergency press conference.
Right.
But what about Senator Schumer coming out addressing that directly?
I agree. Can I just ask you real quick, what do you think happened that flipped the switch at Columbia to get them to say 2 o'clock or you're out? We'll see if they actually follow through on that or if it's an idle threat. But what do you think?
There is all kinds of craziness. Number one, I watched this professor on another network come out and say, after 25 years, he said, let's be honest, the president made one big mistake. And I'm thinking he's going to say allowing the encampments to be built. He goes, by calling the cops in to take those encampments off. They are totally peaceful. They have a great message. Wow. This university should not be invested in Israel. And he is out there with faculty.
Right.
The faculty should all be fired on the spot, and they should have been ripped up Thursday and stopped from preventing it and stopped from going down again. Do what Texas did. Do what Arizona State did. You have a right to have free speech, but you can't disrupt the entire campus. There's other people paying $76,000 a year that want to go,
right.
And you can't tell me that the Jewish community does not feel threatened because they've been on our network, probably your network, talking about their experiences.
And to Jackie's point, you wouldn't be going remote if there weren't some threats happening.
Yeah.
It can't 100% be peaceful, and then you go remote.
Right. I agree.
That doesn't add
and
up.
their contention is, well, those threats are coming from the outside. No, they're not. The guy that got suspended, who has 4 pronouns next to his name, and by the way, you bring those pronouns over to Gaza, see how accepted you'll be.
Right.
He gets thrown out because he said death to Jews. So that he goes, well, he was on the outside or inside. He was on campus.
We want to end on a little bit of a lighter note with you in the last 60 seconds that we have. It was funny, we teased in your segment Jeff Bezos. He admits to just waking up, maybe scrolling, not being super productive in the morning. We know you're super productive. What's your take?
Well, my thing is Jeff Bezos was probably like this, can do that now because he has to just choose what yacht he's going to be in and what friend of his is going to go up in his rocket and touch the sky. So my thing is Jeff Bezos probably had a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of 7-day work days before Amazon was profitable.
Well
when you're
said.
the richest man in the world, then you have control of your schedule. Everyone out there struggling, the goal is to one day be asked, what'd you do all day? Not much, I just scrolled. Because he worked hard to get there. I haven't met him, but I've read the bio on him. He's pretty productive.
Well
From the man who knows working 7 days a week.
And
Brian
also a
Kilmeade.
billionaire.
And also a aspiring billionaire.
Right.
Brian Kilmeade. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.